Yeah, we're going to have a lot of 80-degree weather here, and you'd be wondering when our average end of 80 degrees. And actually, it's the end of September pretty much for most areas. On average, you see your last 80 degree. Now, records this time of year, upper 80s, near 90s. So we could see 80s all the way potentially into October. The records go all the way to the end of October, but typically you're going to start seeing less and less. So definitely get out and enjoy it because we're going into October. You're unlikely to see a lot of 80 degrees. Now for this evening for the Oktoberfest, we kind of zoom into the area. Really clear skies, light winds, temperatures getting back down, only 64 by midnight, so it's going to be milder than we had yesterday, and I'll show you why that's a fact. We're going to have milder conditions, so definitely get out there and enjoy it for all the things. We got that boundary sitting right here, and the only thing difference between it really is a wind change and maybe a little bit of an air mass change, but that's it. There's no moisture associated with it. So overnight this evening, it's going to start lifting north as a warm front. Eventually, as we get closer to midnight, we're going to start seeing that warm front lift north. Now, the one thing that when it does lift north, it will expand some of this, developing this low cloud cover that we could see long and east of I-94, and it could stretch further west. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Plus, behind that's going to be a cold front coming through, probably getting past Minneapolis about 5 a.m. So overnight, we're going to start seeing the winds turn around from the south. That'll keep temperatures a little bit milder, and then we're going to have a cold front approaching from the west. Now, as we wake up tomorrow morning, that cold front will be just to the west. Here's this low cloud cover, and right now I think it's going to stay probably east of La Crosse and maybe just east of Eau Claire, but we'll have to see if it does. Overall, the cold front will come through, but not until probably getting closer to about 9 to 10 a.m. You can see there's the low cloud cover now pushed off to the east. So if we do get anything, it's a couple hours. Then it's going to come through. You're going to notice the wind change behind it. And that's really the bigger difference of this front, other than some high clouds coming through, is a wind change through the afternoon. It'll eventually get out of here by the time we get to Saturday evening, and then pretty much clear skies going on for Saturday. Now the temperatures going on for Saturday are going to be a little cooler further north just because, and even probably getting closer to La Crosse because of that wind change. And that'll be the difference you'll feel in the afternoon. The wind's turning around to northwest and kind of picking up a little bit. So you can see it right here with Maple Leaf Parade, southwest, and by the time we enter the parade, we're already turning around to the northwest. So a few low clouds to deal with, still very comfortable temperatures, but you'll feel that wind in the afternoon. So if it gets a little too warm in the sun, that 10 to 15 mile per hour northwest wind will help cool it down a little bit. And for the evening hours, we got not much going on too. Otherwise, the bigger story going into Saturday night is cooler temps. At 2 a.m., we're already down to 52. It's going to be a colder night. Winds, as I mentioned, going on. Here's some gusts that we could see potentially in the afternoon. So some areas could get up to 20. So something to keep in mind of for Saturday afternoon. It will be a little cooler. Sunday, there's your lows. We actually could get in the 40s to even upper 30s going into Sunday. So it will be cooler. Sunday's highs and Monday, 80s, mid 80s potentially. Records on these days are upper 80s. So it's going to be quite warm, and that will continue on Tuesday. In fact, it's going to continue through Wednesday before we start cooling down very slowly towards the end of next week. And that rain chance on Saturday is just 30%, and even that's getting a little iffy too. And maybe by that we'll get closer to average, but even then 74 is still not average.
Okay.
So it's a warm, dry stretch.
Yep. We couldn't ask for better conditions though for this weekend. All right, thank you, Greg.